TV personality Louise Thompson has today joined campaigners in calling on the government to do more to improve maternity care. The former reality star, who has experienced ongoing health issues since her own traumatic birth back in 2021, is campaigning for a dedicated maternity commissioner to be appointed to improve care and safety for new mums. Sky's health correspondent Laura Bundock has been speaking to Louise at the rally that happened in Westminster earlier today.
I believe that it's a big job. There's so much to consider, and I don't think that the Health Secretary has time to tackle the maternity problem in this country, which is now systemic, alone. And I think that the Maternity Commissioner would be able to methodically work through all of the recommendations to make sure that they are rolled out across the country and to change policies that have affected the lives of all of the people that are here today. It was really hard for me to talk about anything that had happened to me for a very long time. I hid behind my social media platform, occasionally posting within the first couple of years after having my son. And it was the outpouring of messages from other women that really spurred me on. And there were women who said, you know, I know that when you're better and when you feel okay again, that you're going to go on and do something that will make long-lasting change for other women. And I really held that close to me. I used to visualise, I can't believe I'm actually here. Like, I used to visualise a group of women marching behind me, kind of willing me on to get better, and it kept me going.
It seems it's an emotional day as well.
It is very emotional. You know, even as I came around the corner from the cafe that I was waiting at before and saw the first person that I recognised, there are people from all walks of life and people that I haven't seen for 5 to 10 years that are here. The first face that I saw, I couldn't hold back the tears, just because I know that everybody that's here has their own story to tell, and it's a club that unfortunately we're part of. It's the unluckiest club to be a member of, but at least we have each other.
And just finally, you're here, you're outside Parliament, you're taking a message essentially to Wes Streeting.
Yes.
What exactly is that message? What do you want him to hear you saying today?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we want to meet. One of our missions has been to meet with Wes Streeting. And today we had a message from him that he's going to meet with us. So that feels really powerful and slightly serendipitous. I feel like we're really on the cusp of something huge here.
Well, Laura's here with me in the studio now. And Laura, we've spoken to Louise on this programme before about her birth trauma and the life-changing effects it had on her and her young family. She's down there in Westminster today, sort of rallying support, because the notion of a maternity commissioner has been a recommendation from various reports and investigations into the state of maternity care, but throwing her weight behind it, what kind of support did you have down there today?
A lot. I mean, given it was a really gloomy old day with a threat of rain all day, a lot of women, a lot of mums, some bringing their babies, wanted to come and support it. I think, as Louise said there, what we are starting to see is a bit of momentum building. I think for so long, lots of people haven't felt able to speak out, and they're now starting to feel, and I put the emphasis on starting, that their voices are being heard, that they are being seen, and that perhaps politicians are now listening. So both Louise Thompson and the former MP Theo Clark, who've both suffered really difficult and debilitating experiences with their traumatic births, are combining sort of political influence, social media influence, and creating something really quite powerful, which is what we saw outside the Houses of Parliament today. And interestingly, just before they gathered, Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, had texted Theo Clark saying, yes, I will meet you and Louise in person. And of course, there's one thing on their agenda, and that is getting him to commit to the appointment of a maternity commissioner. Say you've got one for children, you've got a domestic abuse commissioner. We need a maternity commissioner, someone who can see through these changes and someone who can help restore trust in maternity services as well.
Yeah, the power of being noisy, right? All of a sudden, Wes Streeting takes that meeting. So that was happening in Westminster today. But there was another rally as well that you were covering. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's any coincidence we see two on the same day. So the Bereaved Leeds families were in Westminster, and they're representing families who were failed by maternity care at Leeds teaching hospitals. Basically, numerous issues, really bad failings there have led to an independent inquiry. The families are very worried, though, as to who is going to chair that inquiry. So they were handing a letter in to Keir Starmer, number 10 Downing Street today, appealing for him to intervene and appoint Donna Ockenden. And that name is probably familiar to many. She is currently chairing the Nottingham investigation into maternity services there. She's previously chaired the Shrewsbury and Telford inquiry. They say she is the only person who knows what she's doing when it comes to the depth that is needed to be gone into when it comes to these sorts of inquiries. I caught up with one of the mums, Fiona Windsor-Ram, earlier today at Downing Street. She lost her baby daughter, Aliona, died in 2020, and this is what she told me.
Families in Leeds have got one shot at this, and we're not prepared to take some second-rate inquiry. You know, our children should be here. We have to be here to be their voices, because they would be shouting at the top of their lungs that they want to be here, and they're angry, as we are justified in our anger, that the life that they should be living has been stolen from them, and without a proper inquiry, those questions are just never going to be answered.
So it's very clear for them to have full transparency, full accountability with their inquiry, for it to do what it's set out to do. They really want Donna Ockenden in charge there.
She's so trusted in this field and so experienced.
She's up for it. She's up for it. Yeah. It's now in the hands of the Prime Minister, in the hands of Wes Streeting as well. But I do talk about this sense that momentum is building. And I think this year we've got the Amos investigation underway at the moment. We've got the results coming in from Nottingham as well. There is a feeling this could be a pivotal moment if the government makes the right decisions and if the government gets things right.
The Amos inquiry, of course, being that overarching national inquiry into these maternity services. Laura, thank you. We'll continue to follow this story closely here on the UK Tonight. Thank you.